suffer from headaches or migraines that won't go away? Have you seen countless doctors, but still you've got the pain? Have you spent hundreds, even thousands of dollars on physiotherapy? Still no relief? Then have we got the solution for you?
Amazing.
A lifesaver.
Very convenient.
Very easy.
It's a miraculous. And it produces excellent and quick results.
Introducing a revolutionary way to relieve pain and promote healing. The Tianchi Acupoint Treasure, the most effective, efficient, convenient, and natural way to relieve pain and assist in healing your body. Acupuncture, one of the earliest of the healing arts, is a compilation of effective preventive, healing, and strengthening exercises derived from a long history of the Chinese people's experiences as they struggled with nature. In traditional Chinese medicine, the human body is treated as an integral system of interrelated networks with different physiological functions. This integral system uses the energy pathways to link the organs and other human systems into a unified whole, making the communication and interaction between parts of the body possible. The energy that flows in the pathways is called qi. It extends internally to the organs and externally throughout the body. If the energy and blood flow are not fluid, one will end up with symptoms like numbness, swelling, aching, and pain. Sound health to mankind, excellent service to society. Introducing the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure Pocket Acupuncture Appliance, combining a perfect blend of traditional Chinese medicine with high tech. Similar in application to acupuncture, it can help to reduce and lower blood pressure, eliminate inflammation, relieve pain, activate the channels, and improve microcirculation. Both rapid and effective in treatment, the Acupoint Treasure is safe, convenient, and free from side effects and cross-infections. Truly a green product in healthcare and medical treatment. The Tianchi Acupoint Treasure is an effective and ideal healthcare instrument for you and your family. The Acupoint Treasure offers the best that medical science can give you. Now let's review some important points in the proper usage of the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure. Remember the words press, scan, and pulse. Press. Place the pinpoint of the Acupoint Treasure on the acupoint or pain point and press firmly for as long as the patient permits. Scan. While pressing firmly, make a circular motion with the pinpoint of the Acupoint Treasure on the acupoint, either clockwise or counterclockwise. Do this in a massage-like procedure, while at the same time scanning the acupoint with a magnetic beam to change the static magnetism into dynamic magnetism. This changes the bioelectric field of that part of the body, speeding up the circulation of the blood, making the curing effect more significant. Pulse. Pressing the acupoint for 1 to 3 minutes gives the necessary acupoint an electrical pulse, which clears and activates the channels and collaterals, producing the desired effect. Before applying the electrical pulse, install the transmission stick as shown in the instruction pamphlet or as you see in this video. Make sure the transmission stick makes contact with the person's skin and the tip of the Acupoint Treasure is 1 millimeter away from the acupoint. Choose only the necessary acupoint and give only 1 electrical pulse. A shi, or pain. This point is the area where you are experiencing pain or tenderness, whether it's in the back, neck, head, or other part of the body. This is important to know as you can press the Acupoint Treasure directly on this area when the pain occurs. The results will be extremely effective. Each Tianchi Acupoint Treasure Kit contains 2 Acupoint Treasures, 1 transmitting stick, 2 beauty jade accessories, and 1 instruction pamphlet. With 2 Acupoint appliances, they can be used at the same time on 2 different acupoints or in the same area to achieve better results. Before operating the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure, please read the instruction manual carefully and always follow the directions properly. Make sure you fully understand how to use the device and have a solid comprehension of where to locate and choose the proper acupoints. By understanding these terms and the basic Ashi point, you will be able to operate the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure effectively. Remember, the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure is a medical device and shouldn't be shaken or jarred in any fashion. Keep it away from extreme heat, high temperature, water, and moisture. Each Tianchi Acupoint Treasure creates a magnetic field, so keep away from appliances that can be affected by or susceptible to a magnetic force, such as watches, a television, VCR or DVD player, cell phones, pagers, or plastic cards with a magnetic strip. Never disassemble the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure in any way without authorization. Otherwise, the precision structure, including the sensitive layer and the magnetic circuit, will be damaged. The lifespan of the electrical pulse is generally 5,000 times per unit. After this period, the magnetic beam is still existent. Increasing the application time by 1 to 3 minutes will give the same results as the electrical pulse. The Tianchi Acupoint Treasure will still have a curative effect. Give the electrical pulse only on the main channels, and it can be used only once per day. Remember to check with your medical doctor to ensure that you're able to receive treatment with the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure. Because of its magnetic pulse and field, it's not suitable for anybody with a pacemaker or any other similar medical device. If a woman is pregnant, caution should be taken with the use of the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure in the points around the abdominal area. Please study the instructions and diagrams carefully. They're very simple and after a while become second nature. Also refer to this video as we will demonstrate some basic ways to use the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure. Many of us live in pain and suffering, and there's no need, given the medical knowledge that we possess today. One of the most common pains that people suffer from is a headache or migraine. Conventional medicine dictates to take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning, or some form of painkiller to relieve the pressure. Prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs can relieve the problem, but only in the short term, and often taking a drug can cause side effects. With the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure, there are no drugs and no side effects. Let's demonstrate how to relieve your headache by choosing the correct acupoints carefully. There are 5 acupoints to locate on your head, neck, and hands before you apply the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure. Once you know where these points are, it will be easier next time you need to relieve your headache. The first point to locate is found on the top of the head. This is the Bai Hui point, 5 inches or 12.5 centimeters directly above the midpoint of the anterior hairline or on the midpoint of the line connecting the apexes of the 2 auricles. The next point is the Yin Tong point, located on the forehead, midway between the medial ends of the 2 eyebrows. The Tiang is located on the temples, in the depression about 1 finger breadth posterior to the midpoint between the lateral end of the eyebrow and the outer canthus. Our next point is the Feng Qi point, located on the neck and back at the low edge of the occipital bone, in the depression between the nutator and the cucellaris. The Hegu point is located on the dorsum of the hand, between the first and second metacarpal bones, approximately in the middle of the second metacarpal bone. Now that we have located these acupoints, let's apply the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure. Digitally press on each acupoint for 1 to 3 minutes, and then cover the whole head by sliding from one acupoint to another. Its intensity should not exceed the limit of one's tolerance. The treatment continues until the alleviation or complete disappearance of the headache.
Any headaches that's coming on, gone. Be around my neck, around my back, over my head. Just takes minutes. It's gone. Beautiful.
Many of us suffer from minor to severe pain due to everyday living and work. Much of the pain is centered in our neck, shoulders, back, low back, and a new problem due to computers, that of carpal tunnel syndrome, or chronic pain to the wrists and forearms. Neck pain can be recurring, and sometimes the only relief is that of expensive massage therapy. The Tianchi Acupoint Treasure can both relieve the pain and prolong the period between episodes, thus allowing the neck time to strengthen and heal. We need to choose our acupoints carefully. There are 7 points to work on to start the healing process and begin the relief from pain. Remember that the neck, shoulders, and back are interrelated, and in many cases, for best results, one needs to work on several areas to assist in the healing and pain relief. Our first point is the Wanggu, which is located on the back of the head, just behind the ear, in the depression below the mastoid, or the base of your skull. The Fengqi point is found on the nape of the neck, back of the head, at the low edge of the occipital bone, in the depression between the nutator and cucellaris. This is the same point that we used in relieving headache. The next point is the Tianchi, found near the same area as the Fengqi, in the depression of the posterior hairline on the lateral aspect of the trapezius muscle, approximately 2 centimeters or 1 inch lateral to the midline of the posterior hairline. The Jinsheng Shu is located on the back of the body, right side, just below the neck, about 4 centimeters or 1.5 inches lateral to and below the acanthe of the 7th cervical vertebrae. The next point to locate is the Jinwai Shu. Again, this point is located on the back of the body, below the neck, approximately 2 inches or 5 centimeters to the right, and 1 inch or 3 centimeters down below the acanthe of the 11th thoracic vertebrae. Next, locate the Jinjing point on top of the left shoulder blade, close to the middle of your blade, or the anterior superior to the acromion, midway between Daiju and the acromion. The Jinyu is on the back of the shoulder, near the point where your shoulder and arm meet, or on the upper portion of the deltoid muscle, in the depression anterior-inferior to the acromion. You have located all the acupoints for the neck. Let's apply the method. Acting on these acupoints by pressing manipulation and by scanning along meridians, repeated 3 to 5 times. Using scraping manipulation along the neck to the shoulder and the back with light and moderate intensity. Use this method once a day or once every other day until the pain is gone.
It's a miraculous instrument. If anybody has pain anywhere in their body, all they have to do is just try it, and they will find relief, and they will find that they don't have to take drugs or go for physio or all the normal things that they do, that they can just they don't have to be experts on it. They can just use it and it works.
Every day we carry briefcases, handbags, knapsacks, books, papers, laptops, you name it. And that can cause stress and strain on your shoulders. Shoulder pain can be constant with no relief. But by simply using the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure, we can remedy this problem. Now let's choose the proper acupoints. There are 3 acupoints to locate in the shoulder area. The Jinyu is on the back of the shoulder, near the point where your shoulder and arm meet, or on the upper portion of the deltoid muscle, in the depression of the anterior inferior to the acromion. The Jinliu is located on the shoulder, in the depression posterior interior to the acromion. The Jinjian is located at the posterior interior to the shoulder joint, 1 inch above the posterior end of the auxiliary fold or near the armpit. Now that we've located our acupoints, let's proceed with the method. Pressing manipulation on these acupoints and then points through points, use a needling manipulation. This is repeated 5 times for 5 to 10 seconds on each acupoint. Then using scraping manipulation around the shoulder with light intensity. If the symptoms are severe, do this 1 to 3 times a day.
I've had maybe a shoulder ache, and I'll use the Acupoint Treasure and use it around there, and actually forget about, oh my gosh, the ache's gone, you know. So the product's work is absolutely fantastic.
Many jobs require people to sit for long periods of time at their desks. We can sit in a poor position and lift improperly, or just by simply bending over, this can cause problems to our lower back. And when your back goes, so does your ability to function. With some of us bedridden for days. Chiropractic care or massaging the area can help, but it can also be very costly. And I know most people don't have a whirlpool at home. So by using the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure, you can get help with pain relief and movement. Let's take a look now and see which acupoints are needed. There are 4 acupoints to locate. The Zhenju is located on the lower back, 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters to the lower border of the second lumbar vertebrae, or just above the buttocks on the edge of the spine. Our next acupoint is the Digestive, which is on the lower back, approximately 5 centimeters or 2 inches below the Zhenju acupoint, or to the lower border of the 4th lumbar vertebrae. The Wai Chung is located on the inside of the arm at the midpoint of the transverse crease, or in layman's terms, where you bend at the elbow, between the tendons of biceps and semitendinosus muscles. The Yao Tong Den is located on the back of the hand. There are 2 points on either side of where the bones of the index and ring finger make a V. Now that we know where the acupoints are, let's look at the method that we need to use. Pressing manipulation or kneading manipulation on these acupoints, 1 minute on each of the acupoints, and it may be repeated 3 to 5 times. Then, once a day with scraping manipulation on the lower back for 10 minutes with light to moderate intensity.
Well, I work in computers, and that's make it so hard when you're there sitting all day. I suffered a severe back pain all the time. So in one of the demonstrations of Tianchi product, which is the Acupoint Treasure, I volunteered myself to have my back done with amazing results.
An upset stomach, indigestion, or abdominal pain can be caused by many things, but there's only a few things to help relieve the pain. Let's choose some acupoints right now to help solve the problem. There are 3 acupoints to remember. The Zhongwan is located on the upper part of the abdomen, about 3 to 4 inches or 7 to 10 centimeters above the navel, right on the anterior midline of the abdomen, just above the umbilicus. Our next acupoint is the Zhu San Li anterior to the outer side of the shank or back of the leg at the knee, 1 inch or 3 centimeters below the lower border of the patella, or close to the anterior crest of the tibia. The Nai Quan is found on the inside of the forearm, 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters above the transverse crease of the wrist, between the tendons of the palmaris longus and flexor radialis muscles. Now that we've located these acupoints, let's apply the method. Pressing manipulation or rotation manipulations, press on each of the acupoints for 1 to 3 minutes, or repeat the pressing until the alleviation of the symptoms and the disappearance of pain.
And I know that there is a pain there because there's a blockage. So by using my Acupoint, I know that I will release that block, and the flow of blood will continue and remove the pain.
A special added feature with the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure is skin care. Imagine smooth and wrinkle-free skin. By simply using the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure in conjunction with the Beauty Jade accessories and sea buckthorn seed oil, you can massage your face or body. Take the 2 Beauty Jade accessories that come in the kit and attach them to the Acupoint Treasure Stick, like this. Take a capsule of sea buckthorn seed oil, pop it with a pin, and dab the oil on the skin along different points that you will be working on, similar to what you see here. Massage the skin with the surface of the Beauty Jade. Move in a circular motion clockwise or counterclockwise with appropriate pressure. This will make the skin finer and smoother. The Beauty Jade forms a convex-shaped magnetic field by channeling the high-energy magnetic beam of the Acupoint Treasure. Together with Tianchi sea buckthorn seed oil, it has the double effect of nourishing and beautification. It makes your skin fine and smooth with the luster of youth. When necessary, clean the surface of the jade using a cotton ball with rubbing alcohol.
So I think it's an amazing toy that I use even for my facial. So I bring it every day, especially on long drives. While in the car, I can use it for my facial, to remove all my lines in my face, and at the same time helps with my migraine headaches. So I think it's amazing to have a toy like that. It's one of the most important investments that I ever made in my life.
The application of the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure is a therapy similar to acupuncture. It plays a supplementary role in healthcare and medical treatment to improve microcirculation. It works quickly, it's easy to use, it's safe. It's effective, has no side effects. It doesn't irritate the skin, and because it doesn't actually penetrate the skin, there's no worries of cross-skin infection if in fact you're going to use it with more than one person. It is designed to help improve your channels of circulation, and that's a great way to keep your body healthy.
I don't know, for me, I wouldn't trust the needle, although I know they use new needles all the time, right? But using the Acupoint Treasure is safe because it's outside your body. So you can use it as much as you want, and you don't even have to pay $60. So one-time investment would give you a 10 years advantage for your own self, and it's safe because you're using your own instead of using somebody else's needle. So I think it's great.
It's very, very handy. It is very, very easy to work. It's user-friendly. You don't have to be an expert to use it.
What I like about the Tianchi Acupoint Treasure is I can get the results pretty soon. Within minutes, they can feel it. If I got to the points, compared with using my finger, they could feel the difference because they get the burning sensations if I hit the right point. Versus using my fingers, they only feel the pressure on the skin. So the client themselves will feel how the flow of the energy and therefore the relieving of the pain within a few minutes.
A lifesaver. An act of taking away all your pain today. Absolutely beautiful.
The Tianchi Group wishes you health, wealth, peace, and development. Thank you for watching.